Founded in 1948, the Belarusian company BelAZ is recognized as one of the largest manufacturers of heavy mining equipment, thanks to the fact that throughout its history, it has managed to produce and sell more than 150,000 mining trucks and heavy work machines, not only in the former region of the Soviet Union, but in more than 80 countries where it also has a presence. In 2013, the company launched a series of videos in which they documented their manufacturing process, commemorating the launch of what would become the world's largest dump mining truck to this day, the BelAZ 75710. In these videos, they show how they transform raw materials like steel into true giant machines for heavy work. This production process is carried out within their immense factories, where they process these materials using specialized machinery, such as cutters, lathes, and milling machines. However, those who really take on a large part of the work, in addition to the operators and expert welders themselves, are the heavy cranes, since just the main frame for a model of this magnitude can weigh 36 tons. Another notable part of the process is the manufacturing of their own components at their forging and casting stations. Thanks to this, they can ensure the reliability of each of their models. As for the BelAZ 75710, the manufacturing process for each of these enormous trucks can take 2 to 3 months. The reason is logical, since each of the tires it uses can weigh up to 4.5 tons. Regarding its technical qualities, these dump trucks can transport up to 450 tons of cargo, for which they rely on their pair of robust engines, each with 2,330 horsepower, to be able to drive with these enormous loads even on inclines. The combined 4,660 horsepower comes from MTU and Cummins engines as required. The price of each truck is around $6.5 million. One of the main inconveniences of heavy-duty equipment for mining is that their sheer volume prevents them from being simply manufactured and transported to their new destination in a remote work area. However, this is the very reason why we can count on this type of video, where the important work necessary to assemble and get a piece of equipment of this magnitude running can be appreciated. It is a CAT 6040 hydraulic mining shovel, a machine whose appearance does not do justice to its colossal dimensions. This is because it is a machine designed to be able to load and dump up to almost 40 tons of materials with its bucket. These impressive capabilities are proportional to the machine's own operating weight, as it can easily exceed 400 tons. Due to this, the presence of multiple large tonnage cranes is necessary to perform the assembly. They are in charge not only of unloading and handling the parts that are transported with the help of heavy trailers, but also of placing each component in its place, in order to allow the expert Caterpillar mechanics to be able to make all the necessary connections and adjustments without difficulties. The use of machinery also extends to the integration of the components themselves, as some parts require large bolts that are placed with the help of excavators. Equally important are the lifting platforms with which the mechanics can access complicated areas to perform their work. The great work of the mechanics should be greatly highlighted, as they have the necessary knowledge and experience for the connection of all the hydraulic and electrical lines. As for its specifications, the CAT 6040 has 2 CAT 32 engines that generate a gross power of 2,000 horsepower achieving a work productivity of 4,000 tons per hour. With continuous production since 1998, the CAT 797F has not only established itself as the world's second-largest ultra-class mining truck, but it has also become the emblem of Caterpillar for the mining industry. With a height of 7.7 meters, a width of 9.5 meters, and a length of 15 meters, this 625-ton unit, with a payload capacity of almost 400 tons, is currently produced at the Decatur, Illinois factory, with production over the last 2 decades estimated at least 1,000 units. As is the case with this type of enormous machinery, in the factories, only the basic components of each truck are actually assembled, such as the 4,000 horsepower CAT C175 engines, since it would be impossible to build the truck completely and then send it to the work areas. This is why the pre-assembled components, transported by heavy trucks, arrive at the mining zones. Even so, welding tasks are carried out in these plants to build the mainframe and other parts, like the dump body, all with the help of equipment such as large-capacity bridge cranes and sophisticated robotic systems that are in charge of tasks like welding and painting these enormous components. In addition, groups of experts are dedicated to making all the necessary hydraulic and electrical connections. After completing a series of meticulous checks, in order to confirm that all connections are correctly made and all components are placed where they should be, these pre-assembled parts are loaded onto trailers and sent to the mines, where a series of cranes and other qualified experts are in charge of doing the second part of the work. This work consists of finishing the complete assembly of the entire unit. This part of the job is very important and requires the intervention of an entire group of operators simultaneously, since the assembly of complex components, such as the axles, tires, and even the cargo dump body, is carried out. Although Japan is known for practicality applied in virtually every field, in this case, the civil engineering and construction company Miyamoto-Gumi knew it needed to do the exact opposite, especially for heavy tasks and robust jobs. That's why they brought this enormous and impressive machine from the East Peoria, Illinois factory all the way to Japan. It is none other than a CAT D11, the successor to the mythical D10 bulldozer that gave Caterpillar so much prestige and reputation. Introduced to the market in 1986, this bulldozer has been updated to be equipped with CAT C32 engines, adapted to produce up to 850 horsepower while preserving incredible torque directly applied to its tracks, especially due to its design, which gives it a great ability to absorb high-impact loads. These qualities make it the preferred equipment for the construction industry, boasting great power and efficiency for demolition work and moving large amounts of earth. Given these qualities, the assembly of these models is equally amazing, as multiple heavy cranes are required to lift and position each of the components, from the main frame to the cabin and other heavy elements, considering that it is one of the largest bulldozers in the world. With a height of 4.7 meters, a width of 3.8 meters, and a length of almost 11 meters. To get a sense of the magnitude of this imposing machine, with an operating weight of 113 tons, the blade alone reaches a height of 3 meters and a width of more than 6 meters, being made with ultra-resistant materials. According to Caterpillar, in just its first 14 years of production, from 1986 to 2000, More than 3,000 units of the CAT-T D11 were manufactured and distributed, all made at the East Peoria plant.